Boys and girls, just when you thought the drama behind the Sweet Baby Inc. insanity couldn't get any stranger or any weirder, well, guess what? It just has. Because the Forespoken consultant, Black Girl Gamers, is now threatening legal action against that Park Place and WDW Pro specifically, and as they claim that they are committed to diversity and inclusion, including their non-discriminatory hiring practices. Now, this is absolutely insane. Trying to go after a journalist of any kind, or especially an online personality, for any kind of defamation is an incredibly, almost impossible legal struggle to get over in the United States. And of course, Legal Mindset has a little bit of a legal analysis on all of that we're going to get into. But obviously, we wanted to check out what That Park Place has to say with it, as well as, of course, their articles. So we're going to check out their article over here from That Park Place, get into what the history of this is, and of course, Legal Mindset's full analysis on this, or at least his quick little first analysis on Twitter. I'm sure he'll have an entire video breaking this down as of later. And if you haven't already, make sure you go check out Legal Mindset on all of his social medias out there. The guy is a very wise mind and is very knowledgeable about this stuff, especially when it comes to Disney, because he's dealt with so much of this kind of contract law, specifically in Florida. So check this out from That Park Place. The drama unfolds. Video game consultancy organization Black Girl Gamers threatened to take legal action against That Park Place following a report that it appears the company discriminates in their hiring practices. So yes, all of this is a big fallout from our Gamergate 2.0, for that all started with Sweet Baby Inc. And now we're getting to Black Girl Gamers, another consulting firm, which is just another DIE, diversity, inclusion, and equity mob tactic company out there. They're literally just another one of the gangs out there trying to pull mob tactics with nothing more than a modern day protection racket inside of entertainment, and specifically video games right here. In an article titled Forespoken Consultant Black Girl Gamers Appears to Discriminate in Their Hiring Practice While Claiming They Are Being Harassed, it was posited that it appeared that the organization was discriminating in their hiring practices based off on a post for the organization made on X that read, looking for black women content creators that make Dungeons & Dragons D&D content for some potential brand work, hit us up. The post was also shared in an article titled Children's BBC host Jules Hardy calls for final purge of gamers after boycott list created for consultants Black Girl Gamers, which is exactly what had happened. Following the publication of these two articles, Black Girl Gamers took to X to threaten legal action against That Park Place. The organization wrote, "We're addressing the recent allegations published on thatparkplace.com about discriminatory hiring practices within Black Girl Gamers. These claims are false and were made without prior fact-checking or verification from us or our representatives." That's because even if any of organizations do reach out to you people for comment, you don't pay any attention to us. You completely and totally ignore us because you think we're not worth your time, until once you realize that the cultural war is shifted drastically, you have lost all of your power and the wind is now at our back, and we are winning, boys and girls. Black Girl Gamers operates as a contracting organization that collaborates with both freelancers and content creators from all backgrounds to work on various projects and initiatives to amplify underrepresented voices and gaming and make the community more inclusive. Oh, that's right. Force diversity in an organization and in a community and a fellowship that is already extremely diverse, i.e. the gaming community, and now you're going to force this nonsense in, and of course bankrupt companies in the process, but you don't care about that. Contrary to the allegations of the article, Black Girl Gamers has contracted freelancers of all races, genders, sexual orientations, religions, and ethnic backgrounds. I'm sure. What? Your lawyer's white? Yeah, I'll believe that when I see the numbers. We also have included representation of all genders, backgrounds in our content, at our events, and in our marketing consultant research projects, and some of which are not publicly disclosed due to NDAs. Oh, yes. We've actually hired lots of white people, but we can't tell you about them because it's hidden behind an NDA. Yes, of course it is. The organization then claimed evidence demonstrating our commitment to diversity and inclusion, including our non-discriminatory hire practices, is readily available and easily searchable. Upon discovering these false and defamatory allegations, we have taken steps to obtain legal counsel to take action against the publication and journalists, as well as subsequent content creators who have reshared the false allegations about our organization the company posted. Oh, so now you're going to go against a bunch of YouTubers and Rumblers and people who make video content online because they hurt your fee-fees? No, it's because you feel threatened. Not because of any kind of legal argument, BS, jargon, nonsense you're trying to scoop up out of your butt and try to make stick on the wall, even though I'm sure Legal Mindset's going to give us a breakdown of exactly why all of that's BS here in just a second. But no, you feel threatened because you realize you finally lost your power. These companies are no longer listening to you because it's not working out for their bottom line, which you convincing them that this DIE nonsense, garbage, was going to be good for their bottom line, and now it turns out that it's not. And many companies, including video game companies, have gone bankrupt, and studios have had to close their doors and fire all their employees because they listen to you, and these companies have invested hundreds of millions of dollars in projects that have absolutely flopped with all of the fans out there and have turned into absolutely abysmal video game sales. That's why you're losing your power, and now you're freaking out. We will continue to further action against anyone spreading the false and defamatory protections of the partners. We will continue to pursue further action against anyone who persists in spreading false and defamatory information about Black Girl Gamers, its founder, its contractors, and its partners. We value the talent and contributions of all our creators, and we have committed to continuing to do so. Thank you to our community for our ongoing support. Yeah, Following the publication of this legal threat, former World of Warcraft team lead Mark Ken dug into Black Girl Gamers' alleged hiring practices that are readily available and easily searchable, and noted that he could not find a published hiring policy on their website. Black Girls Gamers goes on to state that the evidence of their non-discriminatory hiring practices is readily available and easily searchable. So I did some searches for Black Girls Gamer and hiring policy or consultant, and I was not able to find anything. In fact, the website has no published hiring data. So this doesn't seem so easily projected. So he did some searches for the hiring policy or consultant, was not able to find anything. In fact, the website has no published hiring policy that I could find. In fact, job posting listings are password protected. They don't even let the public see their job posting listings. I wonder why. Doesn't sound so easily searchable to me, does it? Oh, but color a shock there. They're a bunch of liars and hypocrites because if the entertainment industry didn't have double standards, they'd have no standards at all. And require that you first reach out to Black Girl Gamers to obtain access. This does not seem easily searchable. What do you want to bet if they took one look at your profile and realized that you weren't someone of the appropriate ethnicity, that you weren't part of an underrepresented group? You'd never get the password to that. What do you want to bet? So he goes on to say, Black Girl Gamers' own website claims to be 100% minority operated. I've seen minority owned, but what does minority operated mean? It is unclear if they mean 100% of management or 100% of all staff. The 100% minority operated claimed the sealed job board. The lack of a hiring policy on the website seems to contradict their claims of their hiring practices being readily available and easily searchable. Color us shocked there. Ken also shared an application form on the company's website to access its community, which describes as an exclusive community of passionate Black women and non-binary gamers. The application form states, do you identify as a woman or a non-binary person? By selecting yes, you acknowledge that BGG does not permit self-identifying men to join our private community groups. Wow. That sounds like a very discriminatory policy. On top of this, all of the company's facts and questions section of their website, one question asks, can my white husband join? He's Black on the inside. The response proceeds, if you don't leave that man at home. Wow. Another question regarding the company's consultancy business is, how can my company benefit from your consulting services? In addition to the consultants on our team, Black Girl Gamers has access to global communities to source any required individuals and provide additional robust insight for our clients. As experienced Black women in the game industry, we have a global lens that combines DIE and decades of experience in the industry to create inclusive, insightful, and innovative solutions for our clients' needs. Oh, yes. And here it is. Here's from Legal Mindset, right? Let's get down to his breakdown right here. So this is what Legal Mindset has to say. Shout out to Legal Mindset. The most insane thing here is that the company in question has likely made statements about other parties that are closer to defamation than any of those of the news outlet. There is zero chance this hits the actual malice standard. And beyond that, opening up that particular company to discovery may yield some dirty laundry that they do not want to come to light. Oh, yes, please. Let's get this to discovery. Let's give us access to their emails because, oh, the glorious things that could come out about this. And of course, Grums asks, what about reposting this link to the disputed article? Does that count as a republication? Legal Mind says, just shooting this off the cuff, but I believe a simple retweet without comment is typically not republication, whereas a quote tweet typically would be. Well, let's republish, let's repost this nonsense all over the place because that's what this is. Absolute nonsense to the nines. This is BS. This is garbage. An actual lawyer knows all about this. This is a bunch of posturing, a bunch of smoke blowing of people out there going, oh, we're going to do you if you don't stop doing this. Da, 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 da. So quick little side note here too. This is that Park Place's response to all of the allegations that have gone out there. This is their official response so far, what we've seen on Twitter, at least that was left out of the article. So the X account for Black Girl Gamers has suggested they may take legal action against that Park Place, an author, and anyone who links to reporting regarding an appearance of discrimination. At this time, that Park Place has received no direct communication nor request for an edit, redaction, deletion, nor any other modifications to the article in question. So they literally haven't even gone out of the way, which would be required for any kind of legal action to even ask them to correct anything, and they haven't even done that. Because, of course, this is all gaslighting, this is all BS, this is all nonsense. They're trying to puff out their chest to make themselves look good for their friends at their cocktail parties. As with all our good faith reporting, we are happy to consider rebuttal of the facts if we made them an error. Currently, we do not know what statements BGG might believe to be false. Our article uses screen captures to substantiate its point of view. Furthermore, it is difficult to reconcile a company that allegedly proclaims it is minority operated, just like it said in the article, far beyond minority owned, with one which is fully available for participation of all groups. This would seem to add to the appearance detailed in the article. We look forward to cordial correspondence in future with Black Girl Gaming, which of course I'm sure will never, ever happen. These people are gaslighters. This is all just a bunch of nonsense ploy to try to get at that Park Place, try to scare them, try to think that they're actually going to happen. But guess what? That Park Place is going to call your bluff, and this stuff is just going to be nothing more than nonsense, just like everything else. Back to your regularly scheduled video. Guess what? Nobody believes you. You have no power here. Not anymore. You never deserved the power you had. Those of us out there that allowed it were absolute fools, and we should apologize. Hell, I'll apologize right now if I ever allowed any of these kind of fools to have power like this over our culture, which many of us probably did going all the way back to the Alex Jones days. But guess what? Those days are long gone. These idiots over at Black Girl Gamers and these fools over at Sweet Baby Inc. and anybody else out there pushing this DIE nonsense. If you haven't already, let me put you on notice. Your time is up. The game is over. Your jig is gone. The BS nonsense garbage you were pushing, the smoke you were trying to blow up all of these people's butts for so long and accusing them of being racist, homophobes, and every other ish you can possibly come up with and pull out of your behind is over. No one believes you anymore. Your words have lost all power. And that's all you ever had to begin with, was words. And some people out there foolishly listened to your words and believed that they actually had power behind them. They actually represented numbers. They actually represented people. But it turns out the bottom line is officially catch up to you because the rubber always eventually meets the road. And go woke, go broke exists for a reason. And all of these companies have seen that that's exactly what's going to happen. So yes, maybe there be a few out there who literally their last dying gasps of breath and relevancy out there in the culture and out there in the economy and the market will be DIE. Yes, it very well may be. But at the end of the day, DIE is exactly where all companies that end up doubling down and sticking with this nonsense, exactly where they will end up. Sad to say, but woke has lost its power, and we are winning, boys and girls.